Good morning. Oh, we're late. We're late. I'm sorry.
Man,
it's my fault.
It's my fault. I was having to get ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
good morning. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Denise.
To have a face this beautiful, it takes a lot of
It
work.
takes a lot of work for him to get ready for our lives. How is everybody doing this morning?
Turn it this way just a little bit.
There we go. He wants to have his moment.
I gotta have my.
Hello, cool gamer. Welcome in. So, we've just been. Oh, good morning, Rochelle, my partner in crime. I tell you what, if Rochelle and I ever meet up in person, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I was just watching, it was a year ago that Rochelle and I had our quickie, our country mama quickie, and the two of us, we would be in trouble, wouldn't we, Rochelle? I'm frustrated. I'm making a patchwork shearling coat for Dex with scraps and no pattern. Jim shudders at the thought of us girls getting together. We'd be trouble.
I think honestly, if we ever met up with them, that probably honestly what I would do is I would just lock myself in a room.
He'd curl up in a corner and just in a fetal position and suck his thumb.
I would just go
to his happy place. La, 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 la. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning.
I wouldn't want to try to keep them separated. I would just the best thing to do
is knows.
He
just goes with the flow. He goes with the flow. How is everybody doing this morning? It is a beautiful day here in Iowa, but everything is covered in white. This irritates me.
Keep your ball under control.
I had it thrown to the back, and before we sat down, he goes, "Put your ball to the front." He goes, "Don't you know how to wear a hat?" And as I'm talking, I just feel it up here. There's nothing worse than just having a ball mess with you when you feel it and you don't know what's going on. Get back there where you belong.
Yeah, that's true.
Monica, hello, my friend. Welcome in. This is why guys are always readjusting, right? They always got to readjust.
Yeah. You want to put a different hat
on?
I
like that it's just a flick of the hat.
No,
I like this hat. It's nice and warm.
All right. Well, let your ball hang backwards.
I need something to cradle it.
That's right.
I need to cradle it.
They make special garments for that.
They do. Mm-hmm. We're going to go down that road? No. Let's see. I tell you what, Papa Jim, what has been our biggest frustration this week, other than rogue balls? What's been our biggest frustration this week?
Biggest frustration. Well, should I start naming them?
You have more than one?
What frustration are you talking about?
I'm talking about how we can't get the tea that I really, really love.
I thought you were talking about my dog going out to the street.
That.
My truck not starting.
That.
What else? Oh, but my old tractor started. I did all my pre-prep work, and this morning I was out at the crack of dawn pushing snow with my old...
You were running the tractor this morning? I didn't even hear it.
Yeah. How do you think I
didn't even notice that the driveway's been scraped. And I still can't notice because the railing for the porch that I never wanted on the porch in the first place.
That, and I didn't go close because you tell me I'm tearing up your gravel. So.
Well, anybody who does, not so much you, but the one time we hired that one boy to come and scrape the driveway for us when we were really snowed in.
Oh, well, yeah.
He scraped all of the gravel off the driveway into a big old pile.
So my old farm tractor, it has what's called a trip bucket. So it cannot do any downforce. It just uses gravity. The bucket hits the ground, and then it has hydraulics to pick the bucket up. He had a full-on big tractor that had hydraulics both ways, so he could shove it down in the ground. That's what he did.
His tractor went both ways.
It was a bi-tractor.
It's bucket. How about the day we had gale force winds? Oh my gosh, those winds the other day were insane. A couple days ago,
they were. Well, was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. I couldn't even see the road because the wind was blowing the snow across the road.
The wind, and it just howled out in the grove. It was crazy.
The winds howled?
They howled.
What did it sound like?
No, I'm not doing it. Let's see what tea we have for today.
Hang on.
What?
So, are we gonna go talk about? So, what was our frustration? The tea.
Oh, the frustration was that we can't get the tea that we really want to get. We're still
But
talking
I think
about
the
it.
tea's outside, isn't it? Or is that the other one?
This one was from yesterday.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you kept it out too.
No, I usually what I do is when I open this in the morning, I'll put yesterday's tea back in.
So, let's get to the truck. What was my battery dead in the truck?
The battery was dead in the truck because I don't know. Was it because of me?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna get the full blame for it.
Yes.
You know what that means?
Yes.
You know what's going to happen on December 31st?
Oh.
Mama going to have to hit her knees.
Hey, so did anybody see that? This is my... So, there was a tradition back in the 1800s, I think up into the 1900s or the early 1900s.
Yeah, late 1800s to early 1900s.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that there was a time, that was a time frame I should have lived in.
We'll tell them what the tradition is before we talk about the poor truck, and I'm going to end up on my knees.
So, traditions change. So,
oh, yeah, traditions change,
hey,
you bet.
So, it was tradition that on December 31st, the women...
Wives.
Oh, yeah, the wives. I'm sorry. Wives would kneel before their husbands. And what would they do?
They would request forgiveness for all of the wrongs that they had committed throughout the year.
The whole year. Please forgive me. I have wronged you.
But you know what? That's only an incomplete story.
So if anybody is friends with me on Facebook, I just threw it up because I shared it on my page.
Here's where there's a flaw in the rationale of
Hello,
this.
Major.
The women on the 31st, the wives on the 31st had to get on their knees in supplication in front of their husbands and beg for forgiveness for all of their wrongs through the year. But what Papa Jim fails to realize is this is only one day out of the year. The men, on the other hand, they have to do it every single day. Because we know, don't we, ladies? We know.
Well, what you know and what really happens is probably isn't true.
And what we don't know.
But I do it. I do it. I admit I get on my knees and I pray for some of the wrongs that I've done.
You get on your knees to get the dog bowl out of the dog crate to feed the dog.
I bow before my dogs. Anyway, I was talking about because of my Snap-on trips, but
oh well,
man, your green beans are just, or your
those are green onions.
Your green onions.
They're like a big spider. Anyways,
okay.
So what did I do to mess up the truck? Everybody wants to know.
So one of the things that we did before we took our big trip is that we bought a dash cam for our truck so we could, in case there's any problems, because Country Mama was been watching all these videos and stuff of
how important it is to have a dash cam.
So we bought
yourself.
One. And so it plugs into the power outlet. Well, the power outlet, when you turn the key off, doesn't turn off. And so with the snow that we've had and stuff, and okay, so here, let me
paint the picture.
Let me paint the picture. So I knew when I serviced the truck and got everything ready to take our trip, one of the things is that on my battery tester, the battery tested weak. But we never had a problem starting it. And so I took the chance, and I have a jumper pack that I could put on the battery and jump it if I needed to. So we took that with us on the trip. Well, we came back. Well, with the colder temperatures, which causes it to be harder to start the vehicle, and having this dash cam plugged in, but it wasn't like the truck cranked at all. It was dead as a doornail.
Phone's ringing. Maybe that's our son updating us on our daughter-in-law.
It is.
It is, because she was at the hospital yesterday. So I asked you guys yesterday to send her good thoughts.
What's up?
Tell them we're live.
You're live. You're live on the air.
So yeah, every morning at 10 o'clock.
10:15. Are you on your way to work?
Go take that over there.
Sitting here at the site waiting for Tree to show up. I just making sure you guys are going anywhere tonight.
Go take that over there. I'm gonna have Papa Jim excuse himself. So yes,
Yeah.
I left
Excuse
the camera, the dash cam plugged into the cigarette lighter because I don't like going anywhere without it. Because if you've seen some of these videos, it's crazy. People will cause accidents and then you have no way to prove you didn't cause it. What really prompted us to get it was when Papa Jim got that ticket this summer, because I know we stopped at the stop sign because we discussed the milkweed for the monarch butterflies. And then the officer that pulled us over said we didn't stop at the stop sign. And it's like, yes, we did. We did, because we were discussing the milkweed. He goes, well, you stopped far back and then you kind of pulled out. Well, it's a gravel road. There's no lines on the road, and there's no law saying where you have to stop at a stop sign. There's also no law saying how long you have to stop at a stop sign. There's not, I mean, we have a 3-second rule, but there's nothing to say that you have to do that. So, and then, then he lied again, but we had no way to prove it. So I told myself, we need to have protection when we went on this big trip. So we got this dash cam and I really liked it, but I forget to unplug it when I come home. And so I put it on every time I go out in case somebody hits me or a deer runs out in front of me, because let's face it, it would be great footage for my channel if a deer ran out in front of me. Go on the road with Eric. Oh, back on the road with Eric for errands. Got to run, guys. Bye, Michelle. Monica. Bye, Monica. You'll plug your ears. So what's the point of having a dash cam? I'm glad I have it. I really like it. I'm always worried I'll leave mine on too. Yeah, so what's the point in having it? But I agree. I think you need to have it. Somebody pulls out in front of you and you need to prove that they were at fault. It's good to have it. It's really good to have it. So, wow, all of a sudden, all kinds of alerts are going off on my phone, which is coming across to here. We'll wait for Jim to come back so we can pick our tea. But that has been one of our biggest, what was worrisome was Papa Jim. This is the day we had all of the terrible snow. And so I told Jim, I said, I'm not going anywhere today. Take the truck because it has 4-wheel drive. I want you to be safe out there because the roads were slick. Some roads were impassable. And he goes out there and the truck was dead. So he took his grandpa car, and then I had to worry the whole way. If he's in an accident, it's my fault because I ran the battery down. Papa Jim's coming back. Here it comes. All right, so I accept that I killed the battery on the truck. Please forgive me.
No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for the 31st.
I have to wait for the 31st and get down on my knees and say sorry.
So our son says that the roads are really bad out there.
The roads are really bad, so maybe we aren't going in to buy feed today.
Oh, well, they need feed. I mean, we're just gonna lock her in low and
Put her in granny gear and out the door we go.
what else? And our daughter-in-law is
she home from the hospital?
Yeah.
She's
She came home, and that they gave her. She was dehydrated, and
I could see why she'd be dehydrated.
Right.
She hasn't kept anything down in days.
And they gave her some good antibiotics, and then the original antibiotics they gave her orally. This doctor said it was the worst she could have took for what she has, as far as because of her stomach. So, anyway.
Good morning, Equus. Okay, let's pick our tea. Everybody's been waiting for tea.
Okay.
We've been on here for forever, and we haven't even gotten to our tea yet. So let's get to our 24 days
Are you going to put your other tea away?
I will put the other tea away. We still have tea out from yesterday.
So what day is this? 17?
Today's the 17th.
It's already been 17 days.
I know. There's our little tea advent calendar. Ooh. It's like my boom box of the day.
Oh.
Here is day 16. We'll put day 16 back. It goes right here.
So did you ever talk about the actual, what you started talking about?
What?
About the not being able to find the tea?
Yeah, we've discussed about not being able to find the tea. All right, day 17. Where's my camera? Right there, day 17 out of our advent calendar. I'm going to hand that to Papa Jim because do you know what I did? I took my glasses off. To do my hair, so I can't read. Pretty little green and blue box that it comes in. I know it feels like forever, doesn't it? Okay, what do we have?
Today, we have organic David's breakfast blend.
a breakfast blend, which means I bet you we're going to need our honey and possibly even our lemon. So let's take a sniffy do and see how it smells.
Oh, I like that.
Do you like that one?
That is a tea. I mean, that's not a.
Yeah, it's not a blend. Here,
Yeah.
let's see something here for a
So-
second.
I think though that it probably needs some of the recipe.
It needs some recipe. Here is our tea this morning, our breakfast tea. So it's just
Yes,
some
it-
really nice leaves there.
Get the reflection.
I know there's a reflection from all of the
Here,
snow
we'll take the
outside.
lid off and show them.
I did that one day.
Did you really?
I did. I
Yeah.
had the lid off and I went to go show everybody and it dumped all over my keyboard. So let's see if we can find the breakfast blend and get our information on it. Even though I don't have my
I can read
glasses, we'll let Papa Jim read it. I think I can find it, but then after that, I won't be able to find anything
No,
else.
No.
I'm just going to do this and let him tell me when I get there.
No.
What? Did I miss it all the way around?
You must have missed it.
What's it called?
Earl Grey's breakfast.
It's an Earl Grey?
Th-
Organic David's breakfast blend. How many people does it take to find the ingredients on a tea? At least 2. Organic David's breakfast blend. He told me no when I went right past it
No.
earlier. So here's our ingredients. Read our ingredients right there, Papa Jim. What have we got in our tea blend this morning? I have lemon juice at the ready. I have honey.
You think I'm going to read this?
Yeah.
Organic black tea from
I'm telling you, it's small. You need glasses.
Amazon.
Let's just say it's just a breakfast blend. I can't
Yeah.
read it this morning. I don't have my glasses.
From
Aruba? Looks like Aruba. You love a good breakfast tea, Nicole? He's going to go. It's going to drive him crazy. He's going to go get his glasses. But meanwhile, he says it was a black tea. So I'm going to get the tea kettle started. We're going to put it at
hang on. You don't
the
know it's coming
settings.
there.
Oh, he says don't.
Okay.
Oh, forgive
So-
me. Let me get on my knees. I jumped too quickly on that
There
one.
it is. Another thing too. What did they used to call?
He looks over his glasses like a grandpa. What?
What did they used to call?
Call what?
What did Paul Ingalls used to call Ma Ingalls?
Oh, gosh. Every once in a while, Charles Ingalls, he'd say, woman.
Woman. Okay, so we have organic black tea from ASSAM, Assam. ASSAM.
Assam.
The Assam,
Assam.
India, and
Oh, India.
Ceylon. Here, put these on. Look at this. They got
What a pair we make, huh?
They got some big words in
We
here.
got some big words in here. Organic black tea from Assam, India, and Ceylon, Sri Lanka, and it's a kosher tea. We're going to heat it to 200 degrees.
That says Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Good Lord.
We're going to heat it to 200 degrees, and we're going to cook it. We're going to steep it once we get our water ready for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. Before that makes me dizzy there, let's bring our camera down. Breakfast tea with milk and sugar. So I'm going to ask Papa Jim to jump up and get 2 things. One,
Wow.
we need some half and half out of the fridge. And then 2,
You guys got to excuse me for a minute.
Papa Jim's he's got housework to do. Screwing his head back on. Our little blind dog, Harley, came right over here to where we're sitting and he piddled right off. I think he almost piddled on top of Jim's foot. He's so sweet, but he's blind as a bat. So we need the half and half, and we need my little iPad so we can do our advent calendar of kindness from our little 6th graders from wherever it is there. I know, my poor little old man and my poor husband.
What?
But we just love that dog. You don't piddle on the floor yet, he says. Not yet.
All right.
I do like milk and sugar in my breakfast tea. Milk and sugar or milk and honey? Can I do honey or should we do sugar? I know, poor little dog. He's a minimum of 15 now. He was a rescue, and when we rescued him, they said he was between 5 and 7, and that was over 10 years ago. And so he has dementia and he's blind, and he has been to the groomers. I promise he's been to the groomers. But there he is. Hello, my little man. His face is looking dirty again, but he has been to the groomers. Can you say good morning? Can you say good morning with your little blind eyes? He's such a sweet boy. We love him so much.
He's the old man.
He's the old geezer. And he has a mohawk. He's very cool.
Yeah.
Check out that mohawk. He sports a mohawk. He is a bad ASS. He's a bad-assum. Okay, so Brampton says we can do honey, or I can get my monk fruit. What do you think, Rochelle? Monk fruit or honey for our tea? We're going to grab some half and half, and let us know if we need to grab. We'll grab the monk fruit.
You know what we don't have?
What don't we have?
We don't have like a little creamer.
We do have a little creamer, but it would need to be cleaned out really good. Grab it anyways. We'll share it because it is so cute, but it would need to be cleaned before we could use it for our. That was my dad's. Don't break my cow. No, don't rinse it out because we can't use it today. It'll need a good cleaning. But here's our creamer. Look at our creamer. Isn't that adorable? This was sent to me by my cousins after my dad passed away. This was his. Don't bother with the creamer. I never use my stuff. Oh, we are giving him a wonderful life. He loves being a little farm dog. He used to really love to go out and chase the tractors and chase the big trucks.
Lawnmower, man. He was all over that riding lawnmower.
He wanted to kill the riding lawnmower. But I guess what we can do, the hole should be at the bottom. I got so many things going on over here. I used monk fruit when I was doing keto. It tastes okay. Yeah, Nicole, I was recently diagnosed with diabetes about a year ago, so I got some additional sweeteners to try so I could see what I liked. But so I've got the honey here, which I know I shouldn't.
All right. So since you're privileged.
Oh, we're gonna have our cream out of a shot glass. Gosh, that's a lot of cream. He filled it to the rim with half and half.
I don't go halfway.
Personally, I drink all my tea black, but coming from the UK, milk and sugar is the way to go with black tea. You've got one of those creamers too, Joyce? Yeah, that little creamer is so, so sweet. And like I said, it belonged to my dad.
I thought that was a gravy boat.
Gravy boat.
It's a big creamer, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if you're going to have company, but I can't imagine cleaning out the inside. It's got so many little crevices and stuff. But I keep it up. Yeah, don't break it. I keep it up on top of the fridge with some of my antique decor. Oh, his little foot. Make sure her foot's up there. She's a really cute little cow. Okay, so we've got our water heating up. We've got our creamer in one of Papa Jim's shot glasses. We'll pour our tea out in a minute. Let's get our advent calendar up. We're just all over the place this morning. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me. Make sure you hit the thumb for me. Give me a thumbs up, will ya? Helps the algorithm, with all of my 20 views that we get. Let's find our little advent calendar for our kiddos because they're so stinking cute. We'll refresh it so we can pull up day 17. Can you believe it's 17th already? It's gonna be Christmas before we know it. And how many Christmas presents have you bought so far? None.
No, I bought myself one.
Did you buy yourself one?
You have to ask.
Every day is Christmas around here because you guys know he spoils me, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
My tool truck, I showed you it.
Oh, he got himself a torque wrench. He did get himself a torque wrench. So let's read here. It's so difficult because I'm used to having the other bar stool next to me so I can do things. So let's bring the camera down. Let's get our tea started, and then we will read our advent calendar, kindness of the day. So we've got, I know there's just a little thing in there. I'm not going to worry about it. I rinsed it, but there's a berry that's hanging on for dear life there. Okay, here's our breakfast blend tea going in to our cute little infuser here. That's about half. And Papa Jim, will you do the honors? We're going to see if we can get a tea leaf dance going this morning. We're going to go to about right here. There we go. Oh, look at the pretty tea leaf dance.
Is that it? I thought I needed more water. Man.
Well, I think sometimes it's almost too much water and then we don't get a nice brew. But look at all of the pretty little tea leaves. And it's already turning a really nice color already. We're going to put the lid down.
How long are we supposed to?
3 to 5 minutes. So if our timekeepers will get 3 to 5 minutes, let's do the 5-minute mark. So 10:43. Do you know what part of England have been there? I have so much fun in these tea time lives. Thank you. I'm so surprised more people aren't joining. You know, what are you going to do? People are busy. People have their daily lives they have to go about. So I understand it and it's okay. I'm grateful for those of you who can make it, spend a little time with me in the morning. And I enjoy it. One thing you guys may not realize is when I do these tea times in the morning with you, do you know that besides our son stopping by, our son stopping by and Papa Jim coming home at the end of the day, every day after work, I've not seen another human being in 9 days now. Not even the mailman. I haven't even seen the mailman. I haven't seen anybody. I've just been here on the farm and we've got snow and that's it. So Papa Jim has gone out to do something, but let's see if I can find day 17 while this is steeping. And let's see what our Advent kindness is. Oh, look how cute. Oh, how cute. Let's look at the artwork of our little 6th graders. Look at those 2 little bears in a snow globe. It says Merry Christmas, and they have a nice warm beverage, which I hope all of you have a nice warm beverage this morning. So today, day 17, the little 6th graders, our act of kindness is make hot chocolate or take someone for coffee. That sounds lovely. Okay. This is what they want to share with us today. You can make someone's day by making or buying a family member hot chocolate when it's cold outside. You could take someone out to their favorite coffee shop or try a new place that is opening and they really want to go there. That will probably make their day 100 times better. When my day was not looking so good and my mom asked if I would like to go for a treat, it made my day 100 times better. Plus, it feels good when you do something nice for someone. Making hot chocolate for someone is easy and fun. Plus, you get to have some too. It spreads joy from you to your other friends and family. You could even make the hot chocolate with whoever you're with. Sit on the couch by the fire with your friend or family member and enjoy spending time with them. They're so sweet. These little kids are so sweet. Oh, here we got another picture. We have, look, she's wearing my hat. That's Snowman. That's Snow Mama. She's wearing my hat, toasting the other snowman. And there's a poor kitty cat in the snow globe. Poor kitty's in the snow globe. Is that what you were laughing at? That poor cat. Look at the cat. Cat like, what the hell, man? Why am I stuck in the snow globe? Very, very cute. But she's got my hat on just like that. Look at that. She can't keep control of her blue balls either. Let me throw it back to the back of my head. Okay. So what do we have? Let me see what we've missed while we get everything ready. The only reason you're on is because you're sewing and the computer is right here. When I used to visit my great-grandmother, lived in some flats in a place called Brixton Hill, and my mother said she grew up on the street called Zinner. Oh, you guys are talking about over in the UK. Okay. Okay. Let's catch up here. You sound like me. I'm a hermit. I'm not a hermit, but when we have weather, I stay home. And usually, even when it's nice, I usually only go into town 1 day a week. I go in, I do my shopping, I get feed for the animals, I run to the thrift store, I go to the library, I do all those things usually 1 day a week because for me to go into town to do something, it's about 45 miles almost round trip, 40, 45 miles. So I don't do that every day. I don't do that every day. Okay. Let's bring the camera down and let's get our tea into our pretty little cup here that we
Has it been long enough?
that we got. I think it's been long enough. How long has it been? Yeah, it's been 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add some honey straight out.
Gee.
If we can get some honey out of our this is Iowa honey, nice, deep, dark. It's not from my neighbor. Once this one's done, I'll get out the honey from our neighbor.
We're gonna reuse that bottle.
I don't know if we'll reuse this bottle. Again, this is the bottle doing this. It is not me. I don't care what Rochelle says. Can't blame me for that sound. Not today. But we're almost done with this honey.
Huh.
Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Let's get our tea in here and see what we've got. Oh, look at that pretty color. Guess what, Papa Jim? We needed more water. It's still a nice little spot of tea. Why don't we throw some more water on top of that one? We'll see if we can get a second cup out of it. He goes, I think it needs more water. I was like, nah, it needed more water. Let's stir up our honey in here into our little spot of tea that we've got. Rochelle says, sorry, that was me. Rochelle's taking the blame for that sound. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I only go out when I need to. We live far away from everything, too, says Joyce. All right. Don't know if we're going to add any milk to it, but let's take a sip with just the honey. Oh, we might have left it a little bit too long. It tastes a little bitter to me. Did we release the tannins? Release the Kraken. It's got a little bite to it, huh?
Yeah. I think we left it too long.
I might have left it too. Let's add a little bit of cream. See if I could do it without spilling it all over the countertop. I know, huh?
Yeah, we might need a little bit of that to break it down a little bit.
That's a little better. Try that. Mr. Jim, what's the plan for the afternoon? Major wants to know.
Well, it's depending on what the weather's going to look like. We got a big truck going down the road, our gravel road. Anyway, really should go into town. Country Mama usually goes on Fridays, but the weather's been so bad that I think we're going to try to venture off because we need to pick up some provisions. Get some stuff for our animals and for ourselves.
Maybe go out for a hot chocolate.
Maybe go out for a hot chocolate or a margarita.
Oh, a margarita.
That's kind of like a hot chocolate, isn't it?
It is. It can be anything you want. Do you think maybe we'll go to lunch? Will you take me to lunch? Please.
All right.
Okay. We'll go to lunch today. So, Major,
we're gonna some of the yellow stuff.
You want some of the yellow stuff?
Yeah,
I'll take the yellow. Don't get cheap on me now. That's a nice tea with the milk and the honey. It's very nice. We'll let this steep a little bit more.
Then pour some more into
and we'll put some more.
Yeah, I think we let it steep a little too long, and I think we didn't add enough water to it.
Didn't add enough water. That was my fault. How many times do I get too much and then I don't drink it? So I figured if we go a little bit lighter on the water. Yeah. A margarita is hot chocolate for the soul. It is.
And, on a gloomy day, hot chocolate's nice, but margarita makes you feel like you're in, summertime. And
somewhere on a beach.
In a tropical
Cozumel.
area.
We had such a wonderful time in Cozumel.
We didn't go to Cozumel.
Yes, we did.
We flew into Cozumel.
We went to Cozumel. We went to Cancun.
Oh, yeah.
And then went to Playa del Carmen.
And
then we took the ferry over to Cozumel.
And then we did the Jeep deal.
If you guys ever go to Cozumel, this is what you have to do. This is the only way to see Cozumel. Even if you're on a cruise and you stop at Cozumel, this is what you have to do because you'll probably be there all day. Go to one of the little Jeep rental companies that they have and rent a Jeep for the day when you're in Cozumel. Then you hit the little road that goes around the entire perimeter of the island. There they're just little bars everywhere.
Everywhere. I mean, a lot of these ones don't have electricity.
Yeah, they're like little shacks, no electricity.
Yeah. So they truck the ice in.
And you stop and you get one drink. So the first one we went to, it was almost like a resort one though.
Mm-hmm.
They had big palapas.
Well, we went with a group.
We went with a group.
So we had 2 Jeeps.
They knew what they were doing.
We had 2 Jeeps and one guy on a motorcycle. Because you can rent a motorcycle. If you have a motorcycle license,
Yeah.
you can rent he had a full-blown Harley that he
Yeah.
was riding.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
But we went to one place and they got a bucket of Coronas and
Mhm.
I got a yard of pina colada. And then we walked right out into the ocean and just stood there with our drinks and watched the fish play around our toes. And we finished that one round of drinks. And then we went to the next little bar and we went to the next little bar where somebody was designated as a driver. But it was so neat because some places, like Papa Jim says, they didn't have refrigeration. They chopped their ice up. They were walking around with like hatchets
Yeah.
and chopping fruit out of the trees. And, you get that one little resident dog that lives there and they come and curl up by your feet and you just look out over the ocean and watch the waves. And man, it was great.
It was. A good
We
time.
went as far as we could go. We could see Cuba from where we were sitting at one place up on a bluff, just enjoying the day. And then all of the sea turtles had come up onto the beach to lay their eggs. So they had them all marked. I so wanted to watch the hatchlings go to the ocean, but we had to get back to the ferry so we wouldn't get stuck there overnight. Oh, but it was a great thing to do. I'd be mad too. Oh, Rochelle has her motorcycle license.
Yeah.
My parents bought a condo in Playa del Carmen, but sold it before they finished building it. We never got to go. Oh,
That's wrong.
that is wrong. That is wrong because that was nice. Someone selling chiclets. They do, right? We always got hit up to buy chiclets.
All the time.
All the time.
I got hit up to buy more than chiclets there.
No, that was Jamaica.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, did you get hit up to buy something in Playa del Carmen?
Yeah, when I was looking for you, when you got down the main street, when you ventured off to be in somebody else's pictures and I couldn't find you and I'm looking for you,
That was scary.
that shop owner offered me whatever I wanted.
Oh.
I mean, whatever I wanted,
He could have whatever he wanted.
including
We won't go
including-
there. We can't go there. Can't go there. It was
Yeah.
completely wrong.
it was wrong.
But yeah, I have a bad habit. You guys, we talked before about how I jump in on other people's.
All right, I'm going to pour this in.
Okay, I jump in on other people's like family reunions and stuff. And so when we were down in Playa del Carmen, there was this big group and they were having their picture taken in front of a fountain. So I photobombed it. So I ran over and I got in their
She
photo.
did not photobomb it. She just jumped right in on her.
Yeah, just I
No,
didn't. They didn't even know
photobomb
I
is
was
usually
there.
when you stand in the back and they don't know you're in there.
Oh no, I jumped right in the front.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
photobombing. Let me rephrase that, or let me reiterate and make a clarification there. Photobombing is when somebody take a picture and you go behind and you go. When you jump right in and say, "Hey, cousin,"
How you doing? That's what I do.
yeah.
So I jumped in on their picture, on their family moment, like I always tend to do. And then I couldn't find Papa Jim because I am that spontaneous. And we lost each other in the streets of Mexico. And so Papa Jim was looking for me. I was standing in the store where I ran from to go get this picture. And so I waited for him to come back and I waited a long time. But yeah, he was offered all kinds of things.
I mean, everything that you could ever, if you could imagine it, I was offered.
He was
it.
offered it. Why were you gone so long?
Deals.
You couldn't pass that one up. You better pass that last offer up. But yeah, he ended up going like down a back alley looking for the way to get back to our resort. We got separated. It was horrible. Good morning, Laura and Gwen. Welcome in. Can't stay, gotta go anywhere. So I shared you out. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. So how did we even get on that topic? Oh, we were talking about Playa del Carmen.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
It was very good. It was a little uneasy with federales with machine guns walking up the street.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, this is one thing we learned from that trip, and we've been this way before. But really with that trip, we had gone with a large group of high school friends, and a friend of mine from high school, her husband hit oil in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So she took, was there 65 of us? I think she took 65 of us on a trip to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
She paid for everything. It was an
Yeah.
all-inclusive resort. And so, I mean, they hit it big.
Mhm.
We're not talking like thousands. We're talking millions of dollars. They hit big in oil. So they took us on this trip.
Mhm.
And
I mean, it basically took over almost a whole
the
resort.
whole resort, we took over the whole plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. And then they paid for everybody's drinks on the plane.
Yeah.
That
We
almost didn't land.
We almost couldn't land because one of our friends didn't want to sit down.
She could not hold her hot chocolate.
Yeah.
She got a little crazy.
Yeah.
But
it was a spicy hot chocolate.
it was a spicy hot chocolate. When we had two groups, the main group with our friend who was our hostess, they were going to go up to Cancun and they were going to do the dolphin experience where you get in with the dolphins and swim with the dolphins. But this other group said, we're going over to Cozumel and we're going to rent Jeeps and we're going to go along the beach and just chill for the day. And it's like, we could go do the things that the touristy people do, or we can go and just spend the day chilling on this little island that we'll probably never get to go to again. And that's what we did. And I'm glad we made that decision. I really like when we go places, we don't do the traditional
Mhm.
touristy stuff. And that was one thing I was sharing with my friend when we were going to come down to Nashville. She's like, well, we can go to the Country of Music, the museum, and we can go here. It's like, I don't want to do the touristy stuff. I don't want to do the stuff that everybody does when they go to Nashville. I want to do the other things.
I want to go off the beaten path, like down the alleys and stuff, and
Get offered all kinds of things.
yeah,
It'll probably end you'll end up in a federal prison.
right.
Oh my goodness. We don't either, but it's because we're cheap. We're still financially recovering from our trip.
Yeah.
Not the trip to Mexico,
No.
because that was pretty much all taken
Yeah.
care of.
No.
You know what's scary? I'm going to share this, even though it's a little embarrassing. I'm going to share this. This was at a relatively financially low time in our life when we went to Mexico with our friends. And like I said, she paid for everything. She paid for us to fly into Oklahoma, put us up at a hotel. No, we stayed with them at the house that night.
Mm.
And then we all went. She paid for the flights, the hotel. She paid for everything on this trip. But before we left, while we were at the airport, we stopped at an ATM to check our bank account before we went. Because, it'd be nice to know what we can get while we're there. Little trinkets and souvenirs and things like that. Do you remember how much we had in the bank?
No.
We were like $2.57.
No.
Yes, we did.
No, I think we had like $100 and something.
We had $2.57. I remember this. That's why I said it's a little embarrassing, but it was right. That's when we were only getting paid once a month and things were tight. And I remember that because I thought we're going into another country with only a couple bucks in the bank. And what happens if we get stranded?
Well, we would have had more money if you didn't have any of that French roast coffee in the fridge.
The French roast coffee.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip, though.
That
That
was a good
so neat.
trip. Yeah.
I don't get in water that has things in it that can eat me. I hear you, Gwen.
Yeah, they had it in Cozumel. Cozumel. The water is so clear that it's almost. You think that somebody filled it up right before you got there. It was so clear.
So clear and so beautiful. And really, while we were at the first place where we went in, there wasn't a lot of waves. It was just really nice water. And we were about maybe not even waist deep, maybe hip deep, just standing out there. And there were these white little fish. They were almost clear. And they would just come up and they were swimming all around our feet and stuff. What was nice is if something came up big enough, at least you'd see it from a little ways away. Not like when we went kayaking.
But when
and somebody said, "Ooh, look at that shark."
But as we ventured around that peninsula, you get to the whatever the side is that wasn't protected.
There's a leeward side of an island and is it a wayward side? Somebody look it up for me if you don't mind. What side is it where you don't get, one side you get waves and one side it's calmer.
Yeah.
There's a leeward. Anyways, we went to where we had the waves and the sea turtles and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. That's one of my more memorable things from some of the little trips we've taken was just doing something out of the norm, something that's not incredibly touristy. And we just enjoyed the whole day with a handful of friends. I think all total, I think there were only like 7 or 8 of us total out of our group. And we just spent that whole day on Cozumel just having a really great time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think we had 3 in our Jeep. There might have been 3 or 4 in the other Jeep. And then our friend was on the bike.
Yeah.
So we're
it was
really
a good
many.
time.
It was really good.
Yeah. Then we were worried about not catching the ferry back across.
Yeah. But we did.
We did.
We had a really, really nice time. I would do that again. I would do that again.
Yeah.
But this time I would spend more time there so that we could watch the turtles.
I got that guy's card too.
You got that guy's card? The guy that offered you everything? I can't tell you what all he was offered. We cannot say it on this channel what all he was offered.
Which wouldn't have done any good anyway because I didn't have any cash. So
see, there's a reason why I cleaned up the bank account before we left to just $2.57. Got to go plug my phone in. Have a blessed day, you too, Joyce. Take care. Been there, not getting in the water. When we were kayaking and we had been thrown out of our kayak 3 times.
Yeah, trying to, because what happens is where we were at, you had to launch through the waves. So you had to try to break through the waves and on the thing. And
just mama don't launch.
It kept getting, the kayak would turn sideways and roll us out. So.
And we kept going deeper out into the water. The guide kept saying, go a little deeper so that the waves aren't so brutal. And just when we're standing there, chest deep in the water, I don't know who it was. Was it the guide or somebody else said, oh, cool, look at that shark. And I went into full-on panic mode. Full-on panic mode. Because it was about a 6-foot shark. It was just a couple arm lengths away from us. Jim says it was just cruising, minding its own business. I don't care. I panicked. I was thrashing in the water, trying to get up into the kayak. And the guide is like, it's a bottom feeder. And I was screaming, my feet are on the bottom. My feet are on the bottom. So the guide is reaching across the kayak and he's pulling me. Jim's behind me, both hands firmly planted. He's shoving me. They finally got me up into the kayak. I had salt water up my nose, cursing like a sailor. They finally got Jim into the kayak, and that poor guide had to like pull us out past the break of the waves like he was Jack LaLanne, and so that we could finally be where we needed to be. An island's windward side faces the prevailing or trade winds, whereas the island's leeward side faces away from the wind, sheltered from prevailing winds by hills and mountains. So our first place that we stopped was on the leeward side because there were no waves. And then when we went on the other side where we could see Cuba, that would have been the windward side. Yeah. Thank you.
But what's kind of neat though is that I was able to stand on the rock formation, and when the waves would hit, it would spray you. And so that was pretty neat.
One of the guys that we were with, he'd been there 3 or 4 times, and he always got a picture on the same rock with the waves crashing, with his arms outstretched, and just this big, beautiful spray. Ooh, go grab the picture off of our bedroom wall. We've got a picture of us standing there. You talk to them.
I'll get it. Good Lord.
Well, I don't know if it's on this wall or if it's in the bedroom. Somebody get it. Harley says, I'll get it.
That's not the bedroom.
I know. I'm looking to see.
She doesn't even know what room she's in.
I'm going to both rooms. Give me a break. Oh, we took 2 pictures from that trip.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got 2 pictures from our trip to Cozumel, which would be really nice right now because I bet you it's not snowing there.
Right. Get you right.
Oh, my leg's stuck. Okay. So, bless you.
Thank you.
Here's the first picture. Oh, look at us. We're so cute.
That was in Cozumel.
It is Cozumel. This is Cozumel. Look. Put it right up there. This is Cozumel. This is on the leeward side of the island where the little fishies were around our feet. And look at how clear and beautiful that water is. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I loved that.
I thought that was...
No, this is Cozumel.
Did you have earrings in that picture?
Yeah. See, the Okay, look, pink bathing suit. In this next one, I'm wearing a pink bathing suit with a top.
Could have been the same. Everything.
Everybody be on belly alert. Papa Jim's belly.
That wasn't. I
Woo!
don't think that was. That could have been. That could have.
I know where these pictures are taken.
I don't think so.
This is Cozumel. This is on those rocks. Here's the
Yeah.
ocean spray right over here, standing on the rocks.
All right.
It's the same thing. I've got on the pink bathing suit right there.
Where's our hat? My hat.
We took the hats off because we're in the ocean. I mean, where's your hat? There's the same glasses, same sunglasses. But this was on then the windward side of the island. And this is where we had all of the waves, and we all took our pictures up on these rocks. But some of the pictures really had a big, beautiful spray of the waves hitting behind us.
It's snowing heavier now.
Oh, it's snowing heavier. There's a cardinal. Oh, there's a pretty red cardinal out in the tree. So that was our trip to Cozumel. We got a lot of other pictures, but these are the two that I had put on canvas. What?
We're wrapped around the bottom.
Look at our feet on the bottom of the picture, he says. See, we're standing. There's some ocean spray on that one. I love these little canvases that we can get our beautiful pictures on. We have pictures from San Francisco. We have pictures from Jamaica. We have pictures from Cozumel. And I forget, we've got our pictures from Catalina when we renewed our vows.
Yeah.
I love putting them on those little canvases because if you get a good deal, you can get them for like $1.99 and have your pictures put on canvas like that. Whatever side Alicia is on is the wayward side. Truer words were never spoken. Thank you for saying it. It's a great picture.
What did she say?
Huh.
Whatever side Alicia's on is the wayward side?
Yeah.
Is the wayward the wind side?
No, the wayward is like, I'm just lost and crazy.
Oh, I thought maybe that was the side that like the hurricanes come from.
Right. His belly, my belly. We've got a great picture when we were at that one. Somehow Papa Jim hurt his head. He had a chunk of skin missing off the top of his head. I don't know if he got hurt at work before we went or what, but we've got this one picture of one of the guys that worked at that one bar with a machete. He was cutting bananas or something. I don't know, but he's standing behind Jim with this machete. And Jim's got this mark on the top of his head. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun at that place. Just if you get a chance to go, that's the place to go.
Difficult to control or predict because of unusual or perverted behavior. It says perverse, but it's more perverted.
Perverted, perverse, tomato. Oh, yes. I can behave myself, though. This is the one you got to watch out for. I was a very innocent child until I met this guy.
What?
It's true.
Yeah.
You have corrupted me, kind sir.
Nope. I was a wee young Amish lad, unknown to the worldly ways. And here comes this girl. Man.
And you're still here.
I'm scared.
You're scared.
No.
It's the side you got out of bed this morning. Sure enough.
So the true story is that she wasn't really a farm girl because we weren't in a farming community, but she was up on a.
I lived on a ranch. We had pigs and cows.
So you're a ranch
squab
girl.
And turkeys and a garden and an orchard.
Yeah.
It was a ranch. It's not called a farm out where I live, but it was a ranch.
It was a ranch.
I was an innocent farm girl.
Yeah. No,
And I had goats.
She wasn't as innocent as I thought she was because her best friend enlightened me.
Let's not bring that up again, what my nickname was in high school.
So,
it wasn't very kind, but it wasn't true. Don't play with knives or axes. I'm only taking my hand off. You know what I watched yesterday? I watched a documentary on Lizzie Borden. Did she or didn't she? That is the prevailing question.
I don't think she did.
I don't think, based on what I saw, I don't think Lizzie Borden did it. I don't think they did. I don't think she did what they said she did, but she was acquitted. She was found not guilty. Very, very nearly took your hand off.
So,
I have some tea before I drink it all. That's a nice tea.
is it better?
It is.
It
It is. It's nice. It could use a little bit more honey, but it's a nice.
Probably a bit more cream too.
More cream?
Yeah.
Now it's just going to be cold if I put more cream in there.
I know.
So anyways, guys.
How long have we been on?
Roads are terrible. We are headed to town to pick up prescriptions. It's slow going.
Hey, so what?
Which direction are you heading,
Yeah,
Denise? South, east, or north? That would be a nice thing to know.
South, east, or north? Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I'm curious of.
I don't want to say roads.
Right? No, don't say which way, but just say if you're going north, east, what?
Don't say which way. Just is this north, south?
No,
or
I
east?
don't want to know what town. I just want to know what direction.
Yeah.
Our son is going to get prescriptions for our daughter-in-law, and he's heading east.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to head south, maybe. But I mean,
I think what we need to do is we need to head south, and we need to stay on the gravel all the way down and not on the slick.
I like slick. I'm a semi-professional race car driver and amateur tattoo artist. If anybody knows, I my life is quoted off from movie.
We do. We quote movies all the time. We love to quote movies. Somebody says, "Well done, Jim,"
That's
says
right.
Equus. Well done. All right, friends. Well, I think that's pretty much it for today.
Is there any other news that we need to?
Is there any other news?
We're just winding down the year, aren't we?
We are. I can't believe that we're almost done with 2022.
So we actually have an anniversary coming up.
We have an anniversary for next April, you mean?
No.
Or an anniversary for January 1st?
No, March.
March.
And
Well,
January 1st.
January 1st will be exactly 9 years
9
that we've
years
been on this farm.
On this farm that we
But
purchased.
March will be 10 years that
March.
we moved to the Great White North
Yeah.
from sunny
We
Southern
left,
California.
So yeah, we'll be
So-
here 10 years.
She's heading east, she says.
Oh, good.
I think we're going to head south.
Yeah, we're gonna head south. We're gonna
We'll
go
see how
we're-
that goes.
We're gonna follow the honkers.
Follow the
I'm hoping the
friends.
honkers are already gone.
I hope so. If not, they're going to be frozen in the lake, and they're going to
Yeah.
take the lake with them when they go.
Yeah. Dang.
So, all right, friends. I think we're going to get things ready to get on with our day. I've got
Ooh, scratch.
a Mexican lunch due me, I think.
Oh.
He's like an old bar.
No, right, over, up, over.
This is Florida. This is State Street. Where do you want me to go?
Florida and State.
Yeah.
I want you to go Tijuana.
Not going there.
Hey, so I'm trying to think of.
Wants me to go way
you
down
want, you want
south.
a Mexican lunch?
Yeah,
Man, you're expensive.
I know, but I'm worth it.
Good Lord.
All right, friends.
I'm going to get a second job.
I love you. You're so good to me.
Anybody like my shirt?
Yeah, look at this shirt.
Look at how nice that is.
You know what he
The
told me
festive
today?
color.
It's a very nice, very well constructed flannel shirt.
Yeah.
It's got really pretty buttons on it that say Snap On.
Yeah.
It's from the Snap On man.
Yeah.
How much does this shirt go for?
Probably about $2.
Was this a gift from the Snap On man?
It was if you bought something.
If you
got
bought something, you
Yeah.
got it.
So I'm guessing if I were to say, since I'm going to throw myself, I'm old, I don't care. It was probably a $300 or $400 purchase. You got a shirt. So
Shirt's worth about $110.
on the internet, I'm guessing you could actually go to where this company is. I don't know if I can say the company name now, but you can actually get this for about $65.
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, probably will. But from Snap-on, to get it from Snap-on, you have to be one of their customers, or get it on.
Who do you want to see all dolled up? Snap On. Snap On. Sid has a birthday party this afternoon. Oh, how fun. I'll be finishing up my late Christmas cards. I've received one card. I've not sent any out. I'm still working on my wrap, which I can't remember the name of again. And still deciding what I'm going to do with my mama's wrap. Wicka, wicka, wicka.
Your uncle worked for Snap-on?
Oh, Nicole's going to get all gussied up.
So
Okay.
my Snap-on dealer, so I've been in this business or in my career for a long time. I'm not going to say how long because it'll date myself, but for a really long time. And he's got to be probably one of my top 2 best Snap-on dealers I've ever had. So he's a really good Snap-on dealer. Great. I mean, you actually, well, I look forward to all my Snap-on dealers showing up on their days when
He's got a love affair with the Snap-on truck.
I do.
He really does.
Yeah, we call it.
He's the Snap-on driver is the other woman in this relationship.
Right. I'll have to one of these days. I should get him to come on and watch our live one time so he can chime in. So, but
He wants to bring the other woman into the
We got-
conversation
we got-
now.
we
Thank
got-
you. I have received 2 cards from friends and one from a realtor and the other from our city councilors. Nicole's going to a wedding. I missed that. Oh, that'll be lovely.
Oh, that's nice.
That'll be lovely. I have a date today.
You have a date?
Yeah.
Where?
At the Mexican
going to a
restaurant
wedding?
for some margarita hot chocolate.
I think that's kind of our set. And usually that's kind of our Saturday deal. If we don't,
Yeah, we hit the feed store.
well, I was gonna say if you don't go in on Fridays.
Yeah.
If we have to go in, because there's certain things that I need that she doesn't want to try to pick up because she doesn't know she's going to get the right thing or whatever. And so we'll go in on a Saturday. Even if she goes on Friday, we'll go in on a Saturday. So I was going to say, because we've gone when you've been on Friday. So anyway.
Well, yeah, because I want lunch.
She wants lunch. Oh, I forgot to pick this up. We have to go.
Oh, no. All right, guys. We've been
right.
talking for an hour.
An hour?
I know.
My goodness. So my beard's coming in. Look at that.
Michelle says her husband hates going out to dine.
What?
I sent cards this year, the first time in over 10 years, to all your YouTube friends. Oh,
Mhm.
Nicole, that was lovely of
Well,
you.
I'm guessing because Rochelle's husband she cooks so good that he doesn't want to eat it.
Rochelle, look what he did.
Look at that, see?
Look at that compliment.
Brownie points. No, she can cook good too. It's just that she likes to be pampered, and she the only cook that I do is I grill outside, and she's not going to eat.
I'm not a metasaurus.
She's not a Minnesota, so.
But I do like it when you do your.
I do vegetables.
When you do your pizzas on the grill.
I'll do pizzas on the
He does
grill,
he does
and then
a
I'll
mini pizza on the
grill.
grill.
I'll grill some vegetables too sometimes, and we'll eat vegetables and stuff. So anyway, all righty, guys.
Until we see you tomorrow, we will be back tomorrow. Papa
Tomorrow.
Jim will
I'll
be
be
with
here
us
tomorrow.
and we'll see what other shenanigans we can bring up
Right.
and bore you all with.
Yeah. We'll let
But-
you guys know how the Mexican food went.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, guys. See you
yeah.
next week. Remember, keep your wallet hidden, the Major says. We'll see you tomorrow, Major.
you know what's
Goodbye,
funny about that is
friends.
that I think she has a tracking device on my wallet. That one. She just raised her hand over and goes beep 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 beep. So,
All right, guys.
all right, bye.
Love
guys.
y'all. We'll see you tomorrow
Take
morning.
care.
Bye.